Hello, it's Christy Lee again, Astro to Astrolabe. This is mostly actually for me, because I don't do a monetized channel or anything. But if anyone does come along and see this, a super quick thing about uh, money and manifesting and abundance and currency and things like that. I know there's so many people with a lot of stuff about abundance and just saying I want to be in a place that is post fiat currency. So you won't hear me talk a lot about that because I want to be developing systems that are kind of the Star Trek version of us all being beyond actual fake representations of things that aren't based in reality anymore, which is what fiat currency is. So anyway, there's that. I just felt like saying that because a lot of the folks that I have been following for a long time, I love most of their messages, and I'm just tired of hearing about currency because I want us all to get beyond that. So if you're on that, want to be with me, let's find a way to create a sustainable way to have everything be human sized and not currency sized. So I was also got this idea yesterday during my call about um, some of the terms I've been using a lot, like stargates and doorstepping, and I put that in the story years ago about somebody, a woman who could just once you walk through doorways, you're walking from place to place, basically. And I'm thinking that perhaps, well, here we've got one of my symbols and things like that. I've been thinking a lot about blueprints and maps and architects and being a part of his actual architecture here on the 3D while working in all the um well, I kind of think of myself being on the 32D out there. I'm like way not like out there, but yeah, way out there. All the esoteric um hypothetical, not hypothetical, just very abstract concepts is mostly where I hang out. So it can be kind of complicated for me to put it down into the 3D, but I'm really working on it and 5D and 12D and all of that stuff. Some of you, well, I have discovered this is that I can feel really disoriented when now that I've been resetting, say, something emotional's tripped me up. And I think, oh gosh, I thought I've been through this. Why am I not able to just immediately control, alt, delete, and reset and get my emotional stuff down to zero again and be in flow? And I can get there much faster now. Big things, of course, will still trip me up because that's what being human is. But I'm faster and faster, and then have been realizing that being both the observer and in the human form at the same time is actually kind of something I've been doing my whole life, but I've been thinking, "Oh, I was just disassociating." Actually, no. I've been watching all of this through multiple all those, like, say, 32 staves of where all the music is, and I just kind of play along with it, or I tune those stations up and down, depending on what I'm focusing on. That's why I keep saying 32 because I feel like I've had all that going on in my head all the time. And I've been, oh gosh, this is going on to another one of these where I'm just talking. Um, I, one thing, all right, and this is just for me because whatever. Let me get my coffee. This whole thing of the, one sec. I've been thinking a lot about timelines and how it does sometimes seem like to me I'm not experiencing multiple timelines at the same time because I don't think physics lets us actually do that. However, so at the level where we've moved beyond quantum up into corporeal, so like from that ineffable everything's possible into where through that double slit the um, from quantum foam of everything is possible to where that wave function has collapsed and you're now on a timeline. It's only going in one direction, but basically the it's gone from everything is possible to only the one thing has happened, right? So we all go through that each second of every day or however you want to define that. So wave function collapses, you've moved along in time. It is now you are no longer in that present, right? It's just it's happened. So whatever the initial conditions that were that existed for you when your soul or whatever the enough of the self-consciousness stuff came into your organic material means that the way you perceive the world is uniquely different because the world was different when your soul came down or however you want to I don't know your consciousness it came into form enough to be a you versus a not quite enough you. Anyway, so with being on one timeline like that, however, I feel like I can kind of feel in that various other timelines that are really close to where I am that are still kind of vibrating around me. So those choices are still there, but they're only in a they're not that far away from my own actual timeline because I'm not jumping like radically different, but enough that I think, oh, wait, what is happening here? Has this happened yet? Is this happening yet? Because I'm thinking about, well, where I might be with my writing, where I might be with my work, where I might be, where the world might be. So there are all these things that are still possible, but in the actual moment to moment, I can feel the other ones vibrating nearby, but then they also go back to the past. But with all of that, been thinking about being a living drafter or a living stargate in that I don't need to go through things or put them out there. I am the stargate. Like I am a living blueprint of what of being able to see and experience multiple things at the same time and still hold on to, oh yeah, this is a book, this is a chair, this is a forehead, this is me painting my nail or what I did with my nails yesterday. So all that 3D stuff to kind of keep reminding myself that a part of me is here, but there's others or not other part well, yeah, other aspects of me that are resonating in other ways. Anyway, that did not do this is why I don't do this very much. Uh, anyway, I am super excited to be in a creative space where I'm understanding, I think, better and better how I can navigate the multiple dimensionality and understanding how physics works in this, and that um, I also really am resonating to what I call constants. That's the fine structure constant, the crazy fine tuned aspects to the universe in which I'm residing, which allows for carbon based forms to live. And since this is all recursive and we only have one data set to work with, so it's also can't compare it to anything else because we don't know that there could be anything else that has people in it like us. So we're kind of stuck with this, as in, this is, it's non, what do you call it? You can't disprove it. It's non disprovable living generally. With all of that, I hope that was helpful maybe to somebody. I really thought I would have something a slightly more in a straight line to talk about than that. But mostly, if you're struggling thinking like, what is time and why is it one direction? I think it's mostly because, well, I also think we're in a hologram. I mean, physics hologram that is of being kind of a dimension version of what's happening on a much higher level of whoever, well, constants, the fine tuning that put our universe so that we could see each other and we could have intelligence and we could have uh, creativity and awareness and all these beautiful, beautiful things. Um, yeah, maybe I'll try this again later. All right. Anyway, bye.